That looks like a cake is coming, Grandmama.
It is. It's a cake. And this is a lemon cheese cake, not a lemon cheesecake. There is a difference. When I say I made a lemon cheesecake, or a lot of people think I'm talking about a cheesecake. Well, if you're in the from the South, you know what a lemon cheesecake is. It is a lemon cake
Flavored like lemon.
flavored like lemon. The layers are, and then you have your icing is like a lemon curd. So, and you frost it with that. It's between the layers, so it's a lemon cheese cake, not a lemon cheesecake. So, if that confused some of y'all, then you'll see. And I'm just showing you how. I really want to show you how I make the icing, but I'm going to show you how I make the batter too. So, but once I get it in the oven, then then I'm not going to come back and show you because I've got to do 6 layers. I'm going to try to do 6 layers. And so that's Gage coming in. That's one of my grandsons. And Roxy's barking at him. I've got 1.5 sticks of butter here. And I've got 1.5 cups of sugar. Come on in, Gage. And so I'm going to cream this together really good. It's going to be loud, so I'm not going to. You can come on in, baby.
Behind.
I was messing with her.
Yeah.
He was trying to be subtle. Okay, I'm going to scrape my sides down to get some of this sugar and get some on the bottom because I want it to cream pretty good. And this is a loud mixer, so I'm not talking when it's on because you wouldn't hear me anyway. I'm going to put in 4 room temperature eggs. Hold it, baby. With my fresh eggs, I always crack them in a little bowl first.
Can you use a green egg on a cake?
Yeah. All right, I'm going to turn this up a little bit. And the reason that I crack my eggs in another bowl is because when you're using yard eggs, and what I mean by yard eggs is you have chickens, you have nests, and you go out and you get eggs out of your nest. Sometimes you may get a bad one, and sometimes you don't. But I always crack mine in a separate bowl in case there is a bad egg or in case I get a shell in it. So all right, I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Now I'm going to scrape my sides down again because it's not getting all the way sides in the bottom. And my microphone just fell off. Let me put it back on. Okay. And I'm going to beat it a little bit more. To this, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Even this a half a teaspoon. Even though it's a lemon cake, I still like to add a little vanilla to it. I'm going to add, this is the juice of 1 lemon, which is almost 1/4 of a cup. And this is the zest of 1 lemon. Now, these were big lemons, so that's probably a good tablespoon of zest. But I want it to taste real lemony.
We like our lemon dishes to what we call pucker.
Yeah,
If it
pucker.
is so sour, you want it to pucker a little bit.
Yeah. So now to this, I'm going to add 1 1/2 cups of flour and 1/2 cup of milk. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to talk while I'm doing it because I'm not going to try to talk over my mixer. So I'm fixing to add that. I'm going to scrape down my sides again. Now I am halving this recipe. This makes like 14 layers. This is the same recipe I use with my 14-layer chocolate cake, but I didn't want to make a big cake today. So when I just want to make a small layer, like 6 layers, I will halve the recipe. So that's what I've done this morning because I've already got so much stuff made. I just wanted to make a small one. So, all right, turn it back on. Okay, take my beaters out. Now I have got my pans already sprayed, and I've got some parchment paper in them. Let me put this over here. And I'm going to use a big spoon. That's the way I do mine when I do small layers. And these are going to be really small layers. So I just take a big spoon and I put enough in it just to make a small layer, and I spread it out real good. And I've sprayed the bottom with non-stick cooking spray, and then I turned my parchment paper over, so I'd have, now I got a little bit more in there than what I want because I want them to be real thin. And I'm going to try to get 6 layers. I may not can get 6 layers out of this, but you see they're really thin.
These are pancake layers.
Kind of. Okay. So that's the reason I do it with a spoon. And these are 8-inch cake pans too. So if I was using 9-inch, it wouldn't be but probably 5 layers. But I'm going to try to get 6 out of this. And I want them real thin. Now, a lot of people do this in a skillet, do their layers in a skillet on top of the stove. But I don't. I just, I do mine in the oven. It's the way I've always done it. Okay. This way you have a lot of icing in between the layers. So, which we really like. And that was like 3 of these spoons.
So the layers are just sort of to hold your icing in place.
Yes.
Not
Especially, yes.
not vice versa.
No, especially the lemon. So, all right, I'm going to put these in the oven and I'm going to cook them on 350, and it's probably going to take 10, 12 minutes because they're so thin. And then when they come out, I'm going to put them on a rack and I'm going to do more, but I'm not going to show you me refilling my pans and doing all that. When I get ready to make my icing, then I'm going to come back and show you, because that's really what I want to show you this morning is how I make the lemon cheese icing.
Pucker icing.
Pucker icing. So as soon as these get done and all my layers get done, then we'll be back.
Grandma, is that a pancake layer?
Okay, y'all, this is how thin my layers are. I've got 7. I had 7 layers. I've got 2 here, 5, 6 here, and 1 more in the oven. So it's going to be a little cake. Now, if I had used the whole recipe, it'd be a big cake. It'd be 14 layers. But since I have the recipe, it's going to be a small cake. But that's what I wanted. And a lot of times I do a half a recipe that way, because I mean, it takes a lot to eat a big cake. So, but anyway, I'm fixing to make my what I call lemon cheese icing. And all of you in the South are going to know what I'm talking about. In here, I've got 1 stick of butter. I've got 1.5 cups of sugar. And I'm going to stir this up real good. Now, it's kind of a thin icing. Okay, I'm going to let that sugar melt some. I'm going to get it incorporated with that butter real good. Now, I make mine a little bit stronger with lemon than most people do, because that's the way we like it. Now, this is the juice. There's a seed. This is the juice of 2 lemons, which is half cup, I think. Yeah, a half a cup.
This is squeezed lemon juice.
This is real, real lemons. And so I'm going to put not all of it in there. I'm going to put probably a little over half, because I'll taste of it and see if it's as lemony as I want it. But I don't want it to be too strong. All right, I had it on low.
I've never seen too strong.
No, Roy likes, I make a lemon pie, and we call it pucker pie. Now, Jenny, my daughter, she really makes a pucker pie. She can make one better than I can. Now, this is the zest of 2 lemons, and I'm not going to put it all in right now. I'm just going to put probably, that was 2 teaspoons, maybe a teaspoon. All right. Now, this is 5 egg yolks right here. Now, this is what, I think this is the reason that it was called lemon cheesecake, because when it gets done, it almost looks like melted cheese. I mean, that's the only reason that I can think of that it was called that.
All right, how much, I got confused on how much zest you put in there.
I put about 2 teaspoons of zest and almost, well, I put 1/4 of a cup of juice. And after this cooks, after my egg yolks cook, I'm going to taste of it. And if it's not as lemony as I want it, then I'm going to add some more zest and some more lemon juice.
Okay.
Because sometimes your zest can be a little bitter. It's according to your lemon. So if you put too much, it's going to have a little bitter flavor. So after my eggs get done, now you have to stir this the whole time. Because these eggs will curdle, they will become a little knotty, and they will stick to the bottom of the pan. So you have to stir it the whole time. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next few minutes, is stirring this this lemon cheese frosting.
This is loaded lemon cheese frosting. I mean, you talk about a high test lemon. This is it.
It is a high test lemon. So I'll come back periodically when it starts cooking. I'm going to turn it back down a little bit. and show you what it looks like in the different stages that it's cooking. And as soon as my egg yolks get done and it gets thick, then I'm gonna start icing my layers.
You know how strong you want this? If you think of a good, strong black chocolate cake, you want this lemon to be just as strong as that black chocolate.
Yeah.
And then it's,
Dark
man,
chocolate,
yeah, it's
yeah.
dark chocolate. It
Mhm.
is so good when you get that lemon strong enough.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll hush.
All right.
Grandma, that's looking good.
Okay, it's been 3 minutes. Honey, you want to show them what it looks like
I
in
do.
here? It's been 3 minutes.
You're trying to get it thick and
And
pudding-like?
Yep, I'm trying. No,
Not pudding, but
just thicker, and it's
thicker.
almost thick enough because you just want a thin layer on your layers because your layers are so thin.
Mm-hmm.
You just want a thin layer on it.
Okay.
Now, if for some reason these egg yolks should thicken it, but if some reason it doesn't get quite as thick as you want it, you can always add like a half a teaspoon of cornstarch to it. I've had to do that a couple of times, but not very often. But as you can see,
And you won't find that in a recipe.
oh no, you'll never find that in a recipe.
But that's something
not
you
for
can do
lemon
if you need to.
cheesecake. No.
Okay.
But you see this?
Mm-hmm.
That's about how you want it. I'm going to turn it down a little low. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put it on my cake layer.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Okay. It's still bubbling. You can hear it. But you just want a thin coating. You don't want it really thick. And as you can see, it's just as smooth as it can be. And that is because you're beating those eggs all the time. Okay. Now, this is what I do sometimes. That's my other cake layer. It's ready. Okay. I'll take a knife and do this. A butter knife. And I'll put a little bit more. And as you can see, it's beginning to kind of gel. All right. Now I'll take another layer. See how thin that is? And I'll put that on there and I'm going to stick it.
Is that cheating?
No.
Sticking holes?
Oh no, it's just making it good. Okay. This is perfect. Perfect. And I probably made, I forgot the taste of it. Let me taste of it. Make sure I got enough lemon before I go any farther. Because I want it to be real lemony. It's hot. Oh, it's hot. Woo!
That's the way it's supposed to do, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my. That is enough lemon.
Is it sweet enough?
Right now. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, sweet.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Now, the layers dilute the strength of the lemon a little bit. But
okay, I'm going to get my other layer.
But we really shoot for a loaded lemon taste.
Yes, we do. And I wash my knife after I taste it, by the way. Okay. It's hot. See how it looks like a lemon curd? This is how you make lemon curd also. So we just put it on a cake.
About as thick as a baby food
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
mixture.
Yeah.
Pudding. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you push your layers so they'll be even. Now, like I say, you just want a real thin layer because a real thin layer of your icing of your curd because your layers are so thin and your lemon is so strong. Okay. All right. And then I just poke little holes in it like that. Woo, that's hot. So the icing goes down.
I ain't sharing this with nobody.
Now this is what we call a lemon cheesecake. A lemon cheese cake. The lemon cheese is together. It's not lemon cheese cake. It's lemon cheese cake. So it's how you say it in the South. But in the South, when you say lemon cheesecake, everybody knows what you're talking about. So okay, I got to slow down on my icing here because it's getting. I have had to make more because we love the icing so good. So I put so much in between, I've had to make more.
And when you hide it between the comforter and the sheet on the bed, a lot of times you wipe off some of the icing.
And it doesn't matter if you turn this one over or if you put it, because they're flat. So it really doesn't matter how you put your layers on. Now on a regular layer cake, it does, but because I always turn mine upside down with like a 3-layer cake or something like that. But this one, they're flat, so it really doesn't matter. Okay. And you really don't have to ice the sides because as you can see, it's kind of
running anyway.
Running out, yeah. And your lemon is so strong till you really don't. I usually do try to ice the sides, but you don't have to.
Just depends on how much icing she has.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, gracious.
This is like eating a lemon pancake.
I'm
telling you.
I'm telling you. Man, with a cup of coffee or with a glass of milk, either one you want.
I got to get this one out.
This is real food.
Okay. All right. I got to ration this now because I got to have enough for my top layer.
Well, I was wondering how you measure that.
Well, like I say, I have had to make more because we love it so good. So
you spread them all out across the counter, ice them all, and then stack them up with your lemony fingers.
Yep.
Oh my!
All right. Now I'm going to take this.
Well, Mom, you got enough. You just got one more.
Yeah, but I won't have enough to do the sides.
Yeah, I don't care.
I do love to do the sides.
I don't care if it's sided or not.
But it's all right. Well, when you love it like we do, the more you can get, the better it is. Now this one is really hot.
Remember, the purpose of the layers is just to hold the icing together.
Yes.
Just remember the purpose here.
All right, this one is really, really hot. I'm going to try it anyway. Ah! Okay. All right. Now, I'm not going to stick holes in the top one.
All right. You got that one leaning your way a little bit over here.
Which way?
Well, spin it around and look. And you can see better than I can tell you. I'm talking about your bowl. The pan you got it on, the whole thing. Spin the whole thing. Yeah. Now you can see how your layer is sitting over here. You don't have long to move it either, do you? Because it goes to.
You don't. Okay. I think I may have enough to do a little bit of the sides.
It's gonna run off some.
Well, I'm gonna run it off and do a little bit of the sides. Now, if it was a 12, 14 layer, it would be up like this.
Yeah.
Because you have your flat layers, your icing, your flat layers, your icing. So.
But it's easier to hide behind the other cakes and desserts so they don't eat it if you keep it down low.
Yeah. Okay. I'm having just enough to put around the sides. Just like I wanted it. All right. I got a little bit more. Now, we scrape every bit of this out. I'm telling you. Every bit. And then we lick the pan.
Then we lick the pan.
Through. Yes. Okay. Now, I'm going to make it a little bit thicker on the top. Now, it'll take this a couple of hours to dry. So, but this is our lemon cheese cake.
Loaded lemon cheesecake.
Lemon cheesecake. Mm.
Loaded lemon cheesecake.
Taste, baby. I didn't say take my finger. I just said taste.
Yes, that'll hit
Isn't that lemon?
That'll hit your sour buttons in the back sides of your mouth.
So y'all, if you have never heard of a lemon cheesecake, this is our lemon cheesecake that we absolutely love down here.
You want it to be lemon sour, and
you want it to be tart. Yeah.
Not bitter now with too much lemon zest, but just really sour.
That was like probably a teaspoon and a half of it. Was the zest of 2 lemons, but these were big lemons. That's the reason I didn't use all the juice and I used a little over 1/4 of a cup of juice and about a teaspoon, a little bit more of the zest in the icing. So, okay.
Hold it up, Grandmama.
I can't tilt it because
there you go.
It'll slide because it's
I just
still
wanted
warm.
to get it in focus.
Okay.
All right. It looks great, Grandmama.
Now remember, this is half a recipe. So if you want to double it, you just double everything and it'll make you a nice big cake. And but this is all I needed for Christmas this year. So thank y'all for joining me. It's Christmas Eve. Really cold outside. Roy's fixing to go out and smoke some Boston butt that we're gonna have for tomorrow. But I wanted to show y'all how we make a lemon cheese cake in the South. And I hope y'all try this. This is a delicious, delicious recipe. So I hope y'all have a Merry, Merry Christmas, a very blessed Christmas with your families and your friends. And we're going to have ours tomorrow with our family. So I'm just putting the last minute touches on it today. And I wanted my cake to be fresh. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Remember, food feeds the family, family feeds the heart, and God feeds the soul. And remember, put Christ in Christmas. Love y'all.
Merry Christmas.